Hey, Mike check. You know, it'd probably be a good thing that I did unmute my mic. That would probably help. And I think that'll be a little better there because I didn't even notice that I wasn't getting anything on the meters in that first part, so I apologize for that. Checkered flag is in the air. Qualifying is over. And since y'all didn't hear me anyway, let me check. There we go. That I was checking my phone, make sure I can hear. But since y'all didn't hear me before, let's bring up the race info again. If race not there, 72-degree air temperature, winds 5 miles an hour. They're still running the 50% fuel, 2 faster pairs. They are running the mandatory 2 compound rule. Whatever tire you qualify on, that's your fastest lap. That's the tire you have to start the race on, but then you also have to run the other compound as well. And I'm predicting the fuel window between are coming in between 5 and 10 laps in, but I think it'll also be closer to 5 laps or so. A lot of these folks that are on, there's several folks on hard compound tires, and I think they'll be getting off those bad boys quick. And of course, we have 40 laps scheduled pace. So everybody lining up now, getting ready to get going here. As they prepare to roll off, let's go ahead and take a look at that starting grid. Ron Walters has got the pole position with Terrell Rice starting second. On row 2 is Andy Kosalova and Doyle Lawrence. Row 3 will be Ace Wells and Haley Bajanic. Row 4, Tony Long and Ben Leggett. Then row 5 will be Rainey Darnell and Gerard Smith. 6 is Julia Perazzi with Dale Clark. Row 7 is Josh Mayhew and Tammy Denman. Row 8 will be Ryan Cruz and Ashton Rice. Row 9 is Paul Smith and Tim Farrow. And the final row will be Sandy Aaron and Shane Wielden Sr. Walters will be leading them to the green flag. Currently leading the championship standings. Start here, of course. Yeah, this is a slightly shorter configuration. Peggy here, there's the Grand Prix cars here. Lap times just over around a minute, anywhere from a minute 8 to a minute 10 seconds. There he does his little quick move to pit road. Starters on the leader. They're coming around the final hairpin turn there. Got a green flag, and we are racing here at Motegi. Racing down to turn number 1. It's Walters and Andy Kosalova. Well, I tell you, that's a good start there for Kosalova. I think this is the highest I've seen him start so far this season in the IndyCar Series. I'm sure he'll be definitely looking to capitalize here on such a good start. All right, the same could be said for the number 98 car there. Lawrence also having a good start. P4 there, Ace Wells. A very good start for the rookie driver here. He's among the many drivers that qualified on the soft tire, so they'll probably be pressing on a little bit further into their run than the folks that are with their hard compound tire. Majority of the field did start on the soft tire this time around. Some folks started on there's Gerard Smith. He's the fastest running driver with the hard compound tire on at the moment. You're looking to see how long it'll be before he comes in. Up to a 1.8 second lead. Kosalova. A lot of times when I usually mention Rice, I usually mention Ashton Rice, but it's kid brother Terrell Rice is the one that's up at the front of the field this time. Knows, boy, I tell you, he's got Doyle Lawrence all over him, and not saying that he's holding up the field, but there is a little bit of a gap. You're seeing about 3-4 car lengths between him and Kosalova at the moment, and entire field is directly behind him for sure. It could be safe to say like that Kosalova, he's not holding the Rice up, I don't believe, but he definitely is losing ground to Walters at the moment. 2.2 seconds is the gap. Haley Bajanic, she's making a good run here today. He hasn't had the best luck in these cars this season, iFRL, but definitely on a good roll here right now. Chasing the rookie there, Ace Wells, at 5th position. She's running 6th. That's turning into basically a 4-car battle there. Wells in front of her, then there's Doyle Lawrence, and Terrell Rice is leading that group of 4 cars right there. Kind of halfway think that jump on board here with Doyle Lawrence. You would think they might get on down the road if they could get past Terrell Rice, but don't have the speed now. They're on the one. This is probably the best passing opportunity. Very long straight here, but if you're not close enough and won't be able to try to make a pass, Rice is getting out of that final hairpin pretty daggone good. He's just enough to stay ahead of the 88 car. Further back, there's Ben Leggett running in the 8th position. That's Randy Darnell directly behind him. Whole field, for the most part, then the good portion of the field is staying together pretty good. Perazzi, she was last week's winner, I believe, at Hockenheim. Currently in the 12th position, so I'd love to get a nice repeat from last week for sure. Now 5 laps into the books here. As far as I'm concerned, we're kind of into the window now for pit stops. I would say primarily for folks with hard compound tires. So there's Gerard Smith. We'll have to maybe keep an eye on him to see. They're just about halfway around the track here. Keep an eye, see if he'll come on in for some soft tires. If any of the soft tire runners did come in, it would be him, Perazzi. Let's see who else. Tammy Denman, and then Josh Mayhew, Paul Smith, Sandy Aaron, Shane Wheelton Sr. That's everyone that's on the hard compound at the moment. And here they come now down to the final hairpin. If he's okay, he elected to stay out. So he did indeed stay out. So, and I see, the 4 at the back, though, are coming in. So Gerard Smith elected to stay out on the hards a little longer. And we've got Josh Mayhew, Paul Smith, and Sandy Aaron, their pit boxes. And I'm thinking all three of them will probably get on those soft tires. Yep, they all switched to softs and look like they'll all get out. For a minute there, I thought Aaron was going to get the jump on them, but they managed to get out and in the same position that they came in. Josh May remaining in the 18th position. See how far behind they've gotten, but the rest of the field is still going to have to stop. Ron Walters now just 2 turns away from completing lap number 6. He's also on the soft tires, so definitely would expect him to be too far behind. Running the top 5 part of the race. And there's Julia Perazzi. She's another one of the folks on hard compound tires electing to come in. Gerard Smith stayed out another lap, so he's definitely pushing forward. Smith right now is one of soon to be only 3 drivers still on the hard compound tire, with Perazzi on pit road. She's on her way out now. She switched over to the soft tire. Gerard Smith, he's in 10th, but boy, he's got Dale Clark breathing down his neck there. She's on the soft tires. Smith doing a good job. You know, I mean, they always say that the soft tire is not as quick, doesn't grip as well, but it does last longer. And if he can make folks around him and folks chasing him, if he can make them use their tires up more, should be able to outlast them. Here, Walters already coming down to start lap number 8. Happy still enjoys it. It's still got a little delay between him and Doyle Lawrence. Ace Wells, he's doing good. He's holding his own. This first race, Haley Bajanic seems to be drawing in on the 91 just a little bit now, right around half a second. All these folks are on this soft compound tire. We're down with Gerard Smith in the 10th position. After Dale Clark, he's maintaining about a half-second gap between him and the 26 car. I'm sorry, make it 25 for Dale Clark. Him and let's see, Tammy Denman's also on hard compound tires. Shane Wheeldon Sr. at the moment, but one of only 3 drivers on the hard compound tire at the moment. So I wonder maybe they're gonna try a different strategy, because I still don't see. And I see they're coming in, both him and Tim Farrow ahead of him. Making their way down pit road. They're going to get off of those softs now. Tammy Denman, she continues on, and also Gerard Smith. So they will be effectively the last 2 drivers. Oh, and okay, this is interesting. Tim Farrow, he's on his way out, and he's actually elected to stay on the hard compound tire. He did not switch over to the soft, so he's going to have another run at it. And, oh, boy, they get right in traffic here. I think that's Paul Smith that he came out there right in front of. And now we've got your leader coming in here. So he went to lap 9. So he is within the prediction that I made between laps 5 and 10 when they would come in for tires, and yet everybody didn't come. It's just Ron Walters is the only, well, he's not the only one. Gerard Smith finally coming in to get off of those hard tires, I would imagine. Tammy Denman also making her way down to get off the hard tires. Everybody's on their way back out. Ron Walters has the hards on now. Gerard Smith exiting with the soft compound tire, along with Ryan Cruz. He exited. I'm trying to think. Was he on? I think he might have been on the softs. Tammy Denman's on her way out. She switched over to soft compound tires. She was running hards. 16th position. Leader now, Andy Kosalova, has been on those soft tires since the start of the race. We're 10 laps in now. I still now elevated to the second position, all running the same position they've been. Ace Wells now showing in the fourth position. Haley Bajanic, boy, she's right there now, really on his tail, and they're coming around. None of the top 5 here elected to pit. And boy, she's got the turbos, she's got the boost engaged, trying to make a run. Good. Is she gonna be able to make the pass? I don't think so. And so it looks like Ace Wells was able to hold on to that fourth position. I tell you, that was about as good an effort as you could make around here. I mean, she was using the boost all the way down the front stretch and still couldn't quite out drag him. Both on the soft tire as well. Wells had probably gotten a good drive off of that final turn and just enough to stay far enough ahead so that she basically ran out of track before she could get up there. And now we got Kosalova making his way down pit road. In fact, yeah, it looks like all the front runners here are going to make their way down. There's Tony Long coming in, Ben Leggett, Randy Darnell. They're all making their way down. Clark Ashton Rice coming in. All these folks will be swapping over to the off compound tire. That on the way out. Kosalova making his way back out onto track. Comes out in the second position. I think that was Walters we saw go by just as he came out. Terrell Rice back out in third. They all managed to hold their position. Wells there. Haley Bajanic lost a bit of ground there to Ace Wells. Ben Leggett not too far behind. Boy, he's got Gerard Smith now. Smith's got those soft compound tires. Yeah, he's all over 14 there, Ben Leggett. Now everybody, just about everybody in the field is on the soft compound tires, except for your race leader there, Ron Walters, and on hard compound tires, currently running in that 11th, so they make that 13th position. And then also Tim Farrer running 17th, also on hard tires. And but the entire field has come in and made a tire stop. And now I believe everybody switched to the other compound to satisfy the rule and everything. I do believe there was one, I forgot who it was, Tim Farrow? I think it might have been Tim Farrow who decided to do a double stint on the hard compound tires, but that doesn't seem to be working out for him there. '17th at the moment. Now he's one position higher than where he started. Ryan Cruz, he's still on the hard compound tire. He's actually up 2 spots from where he started the race. Art Smith, he's doing pretty good. He's up in the 8th position. And very recently, I mean, he had passed Dale Clark, Ashton Rice, and Tony Long. I wonder if that was when they were in the pits, though. That might have been when they were in the pits that he gained those 3 spots that quickly. Cycled around. Ron Walters 2.7 seconds ahead of Andy Kosalova. Rice, so far, he's got a nice healthy gap between him and Doyle Lawrence. So at the moment, he's got that alive podium position 5 here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Oh, I apologize. It's the effort there. Let's move up to the right one here. Yeah, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching round 6 of the iFRL Racing League IndyCar Series here on Rice Motorsports TV. Yeah, folks, we're back here, round 6 of the iFormula Racing League. Josh Mayer currently in that 14th position. I'm in previous standings points. He's one position lower than where he started. Not quite to the top 10. Currently 14. Is among the drivers with the soft tires on. You see, he pitted on lap 5, so I'm guessing maybe they didn't quite go to lap 10. I think they all pitted on lap. Some of them pitted on lap 11. I take that back. So they did go right to the limit there. He last pitted on lap 5, so he's a little out of sync there. He got on those soft tires early. Maybe around 15 or so, and just as I say that, and there he goes down pit road. Now to lap 17, so he pushed it a little farther. Went about 12 laps on those tires. That's good. Now I imagine he'll stay on those soft tires. Lap time is 8.566 seconds. A fresh set of soft compound tires. He's on his way. Come out in the action. A lot of folks ahead of him will have to come back in. And right now, I'm only seeing 3 drivers who've actually stopped twice. Walter's leading the race, and oh boy, Kosalova is less than half a second behind. We've seen these guys have some great battles in the stock car series during the week. And they've just wrapped up their season 7. Kosalova winning it in very dramatic fashion at the very end of the season, just barely beating out. I mean, when I say barely, I mean beating out Paul Smith by 1 point. And yeah, it doesn't get much closer than that. He's up here racing his buddy there for that lead position. Kosalova definitely having a very good run for sure. Rice back in the third position. He's about 2.5 seconds. There's the two front runners right there. So Rice definitely a little bit further behind. But man, look at the gap he's put between himself and Doyle Lawrence, and definitely doing a good job there on these soft tires in this stint as well. So far, have himself in a nice position to try to snag a podium here. Ryan Cruz. Now, I imagine this time Ryan Cruz will come in there. Him and Tim Farrow on pit road. I imagine they'll both be getting off of those hard compound tires. He's on the softs and switch over to Farrow. I think Farrow was the one that made a double stop, and he's finally switching over to the soft compound as well. So, like I said, I think that was his first time switching, so he satisfied the rule of having to use both compounds. Oh wow, look how he just came. Who was that in front behind him? Was that Perazzi? Yes it was. And Josh Mayu as well. That's a close battle, and that's all for position. Perazzi battling with Josh Mayu. Wow, I mean, Farrow came out literally right in front of them. Paul Smith, he's sneaking down on the inside, trying to take the position from Perazzi. Not trying to have that happen. Very good battle going on here. Perazzi trying to hold on to that position. Looks like she'll manage to get back ahead of the 12 car and get on down the road here. Try to. And they all may have had to chuck up just a little bit when Farrow came off of pit road. Wayne Wilden Sr. making his way off of pit road. Currently in the 15th position. Body behind him here. Oh, yeah, both traffic. That is Perazzi, Paul Smith, and Sandy Aaron. Jolita's up in the front. Andy Costello using some boost. And Terrell, let's see, who pitted? I see Gerard Smith, he's on pit road. Ron Walters now showing in the 12th position, and it's saying that he pitted on lap 19. So he did pit a couple of laps ago. Up down the order, Koslova and Rice are continuing on. That elevates Doyle Lawrence. Now Doyle Lawrence got ahead of Ace Wells. They both pitted on wonder when Ace Wells was well ahead of Doyle Lawrence, so I'm wondering when did Lawrence get ahead of him? And I'm gonna go back and see if I can find that. Ace Wells had quite a gap there. It must have been, I'm looking back through the history of the replay here. I don't even see when he passed Ace Wells, but nevertheless, Wells has now got himself down in the 4th position. Lawrence is, they definitely have swapped positions for sure. Lawrence, they all pit, nobody, it wasn't like they passed somebody when they were on pit road or anything like that. So that pass definitely happened on track somewhere. Unless I'm looking back to see if maybe Ace Wells had some kind of an off somewhere, which allowed Lawrence to get up there and pass him. But I'm not seeing that either. And here come your front runners coming down pit road. Koslova already on pit road there, leading them. Oh wow, a lot of folks on pit road, a lot of activity. About half the field. See Koslova definitely expected to be the first one out. He was the first one in, so he definitely should be the first one out. Rice remains in that podium position. Ron Walters has gotten back ahead of them. He's out of sight, out of sync just a little bit with the other two podium runners, Koslova and Terrell Rice, for the moment. Lap 23 of 40, just past the halfway point. Ace Wells still doing very good. Still in the top 5, but he is like 2.3 seconds behind Doyle Lawrence. Let's look a little further back. There's Dale Clark. Running good there in practice. Haley Bajanic, she's in the top 10. That's good to see her in the top 10. And this last time around, a good portion of the field pitted on lap 22. And she was definitely among the folks who pitted on lap 22. Ashton Rice behind her also pitted on lap 22. Flat out race just to see. It's almost like a race to the next pit stop because everybody's doing pretty good on the pit stop. They're very close on pit stop times. I mean, we're just talking 2 or 3 tenths of a second a difference between a lot of the drivers. Haley Bajanic actually had a long stop. Hers was almost 11 and a half seconds. So I'm not exactly sure what happened with Haley there. That probably cost her some positions on track, I would imagine. Ron Walters out front and using some of his fast boost power. Koslova also doing the same along with Terrell Rice and Doyle Lawrence. Like I said in earlier races, towards the second half of the race, you'll see folks using a lot more boost and not necessarily to try to catch somebody. Now, in this case of Ashton Rice, she was using hers down until she got down to the end of the front stretch. Probably trying to catch that pack in front of her, while folks in front of her might have been using it just to try to offset that attack and try to maintain that gap. So definitely that boost option can be used in both an offensive and defensive capacity. Appear to have closed up to that group here. Out of time when these cars burn off the fuel. I don't know how much fuel they had to put in. Might not have had to put a whole lot in anyway. It might have did another. They're running 50%, so they probably filled it up to the theoretical limit that's allowed. Cars in front of her are using a lot of their boost, especially Haley Bajanic right in front of her. This time around, she elected not to use that boost. Going to try to save it for a little later. She has slightly less than Haley Bajanic does at this moment. She has 158 seconds to 162 for Haley Bajanic. Bajanic does have a healthy gap there between her and Ashton Rice. Trying to get a little closer there to Dale Clark. So far hasn't made a huge impression on Rainey Darnell. She remains in that 8th position. All these folks are spaced out pretty good. There's Gerard Smith currently in the 6th position. And up 4 spots from where he started the race. I believe he started on those hard compound tires. Stayed out longer than several folks that were running the hard tires when they decided to come in. 27 of 40. Right along here. Now a 2.3 second gap between him and Kosilova. Whatever Kosilova's going to do, he'll have to start thinking about doing it fairly soon. 14 laps remaining. Not really any danger of not getting on the podium though. Terrell Rice, he's doing good. He's got a nice healthy lap, or I should say healthy gap himself to Doyle Lawrence, half seconds back to the number 88 driver. And Ace Wells actually is kind of closed that in. The gap is 1.5 seconds. Now it's going down again. It's now to 1.4 just about. And both Wells and Lawrence now have boost engaged. That Wells, he's using it offensively. Lawrence using it defensively. That's probably helping to maintain that 1.5 second gap up from Lawrence back to Ace Wells. Definitely a good running here for the rookie driver in the league in that 5th position. Nothing to sneeze at there, that's for sure. There's George Gardsmith. Ben Leggett hasn't been able to quite make an impression on him. Got some folks coming off of pit road, Paul Smith and Sandy Aaron. Tire field now is definitely on the soft compound tire, which is not surprising. Applying a little bit more boost, trying to pad that gap just a little bit. Paul Lawrence trying to stay ahead of Ace Wells. That gap, though, is right around a second now. Wells definitely closing in on the 88 car. That could be an interesting little battle. Get to the end of this race. I'm trying to catch her. There she is, just exiting pit road. There she in the 16th position. I'm sure he'd like to be up higher in the field, but he is up 4 spots from where he started the race. So, you know, they just started their IndyCar program here very recently as well. Definitely trying to see if you can catch Tammy Denman there. Less than a second, well, right about a second between them at the moment. Definitely holding her own at the moment, though. Also been having a bit of a quiet race. She has lost a spot. Well, I take that back. Now it's she's gained a spot, but there's a couple of folks on pit road, Ryan Cruz and Tim Farrow. So 2 or 3 people, including a race leader, Ron Walters, are a little out of sync with the rest of the field. So now and then some of the folks that he's racing further back will gain a position or 2. Pit road. And Ron Walters making his way down at 30. Kosilova electing to stay out. And he's got the boost engaged. So what he's doing here, he sees that the leader's on pit road. So he's really trying to pour on the power now and trying to turn. He might be coming into pit next time around, but he's trying to make, if he is going to pit, then this is like an in lap for him. And he's going to try to do the quickest in lap that he possibly can to try to gain a little bit more time on track. So when he does stop, and the way the field is right now, yeah, he's not going to he's definitely going to lose some positions of quite a few. But when it all cycles around, he might end up in front of Ron Walters. And it's 10 laps to go, so this is interesting. And I don't know, this might still be the last. This might be the last time they stop. And they can go. We've seen them go like 11, 12, 13 laps. Let's see if he comes down. Oh no, he missed pit road again. So he's going to. Oh, this is interesting. He elected to stay out once again. Kosilova does stay out. And let's see, Gerard's his way down pit road. Where is Ron Walters? Walters is back in the 12th position. Where he is, and Kosilova's down at the other end. He's already in turns 3 and 4, going through the S's there as Walters making his way down the front stretch. And with 9 laps to go, he's definitely expecting a lot of the folks in front of him. Pretty much everybody in front of him are probably going to have to stop one final time, and he has to hope that he can get up there and possibly get back to the lead once again, following the same cycle as what he did before when he pitted from the league and he came out just about mid-pack, which is where he is right now at that P11 position. Right now, it's sort of like the race we were broadcasting last night with the Winter Gang Truck Series at Michigan. Man, that was some serious fuel mileage going on there. And we had one guy run out literally on the last lap, and which is, they hate to see that. I mean, it's so close. And we saw some guys doing some serious fuel saving as well. Tony Long about to get under some serious pressure here from Ron Walters. Has been having a bad run herself right now in the top 10. Oh, she might lose that though, as Walters will try to go by on the outside. Oh, wow, that was a good pass, and he does make the pass stick. Himself in the 10th and bumps on down to the 11th position. Ron Walters on the move. Hustle over. He's still up at the front. Same kind of cap that Walters had, 2.3 seconds, I think it is, to Terrell Rice there. And they're both coming. Here we go. Now they're both coming down pit road. Doyle Lawrence also coming down, along with Ace Wells. Is Ben Leggett coming in? Yes, he is. There's Rainey Darnell. Everybody that's in front of Ron Walters is going to pit. And, yep, this is where Walters is expecting to get that lead back again. And Kosilova's already in his pit box, but it's not going to matter because Ron Walters streaks right on by as you see Andy Kosilova coming out with Terrell Rice in tow there. Lawrence, he makes his way out. Ace Wells, he's coming out. Gerard Smith is right there on Wells. Now Wells could be in danger of losing that position. They both coming out on fresh, soft tires. Definitely should have all the fuel that they need for the end of the race now. Only 7 laps to go, so no one has to really hold back anywhere. Might even see both Ace Wells and Gerard Smith in their boost power in offensive and defensive modes. Gerard Smith looking for a way past the 91 car. They get not too far behind both of them. And let's see. Let's see. Might be some more close battles going on behind these two. Here we are on the front stretch. Let's see if he's got his boost engaged. No, he does not. And Gerard Smith or Ace Wells had boost engaged. Ace Wells, he's got 141 seconds of boost left. Gerard Smith only has 99 seconds remaining. So he's at a bit of a disadvantage because he will definitely have less to work with. Ace Wells will have a little bit more to defend that position with. So this definitely could turn out to be a battle down to the checkered flag. Has pulled out the almost 7.5 seconds on Kosalova. Under no threat from Terrell Rice, who's also under no threat. All running in what could be their final positions here. And now applying some boost. Also doing the same, and let's see. A lot of folks are starting to use that boost up now. Art Smith still trying to catch Ace Wells. Either one of them. And Ace Wells, I just noticed, he is on a hard compound tire. So he is really leaning on that tire. Maybe trying to force Gerard Smith to use up those soft tires that he's got on at the moment. In fact, 2 of your top 3 runners have on hard compound tires. Kosalova also has on the hard tires as well, but he's so far behind Walters. Walters probably doesn't even have to push all that hard. Rice, he's on the hard compound tires, but he doesn't have to push hard either because he's 3.8 seconds ahead of Doyle Lawrence. Actually, now, wait a minute. Doyle Lawrence, oh yeah, because I forgot. I was about to say, how did he pass him again? But he had already passed him a long time ago. And Ace Wells doing a pretty nifty job of staying ahead of Gerard Smith. I think he might have used some of his boost. Further back. Now 4 laps remaining. Now she's got boost engaged, trying to catch Ben Leggett, I believe. Yeah, that's trying to catch him for 7th position. All these drivers here under 90 seconds. Well, around 90 seconds. Darnell has Darnell has 87 seconds. I'm sorry. Yeah, so everybody behind her has just under 90 seconds of boost. Ben Leggett has 91. So this is definitely the point where you're going to see that used a lot more. Art Smith, he was leaning on the rookie driver there, Ace Wells, for a while, but it doesn't quite seem like he's able to make an impression. Wells is doing a great job holding him off. Now 3 laps to go. On Walters, he's using a little bit of now 2 laps to go as he crosses the stripe. Kosalova, you can see how far back he is. That 7 seconds. Terrell Rice, a couple more times around, and those 3 should be enjoying a podium. Doyle Lawrence staying well ahead of Ace Wells, who, boy, I tell you, it looks like he's going to be battling. He's going to be battling Gerard Smith till the end of this race here, and managing to hold him off and remain in that 5th position for quite a while now. Time around will be the white flag for Ron. He'll be tickled pink that his driver got the win here. Coming around the final turn, coming down to the stripe here, and it's a white flag in the air for Ron Walters. One last time around the circuit. Silova just coming up to the start-finish line. Terrell Rice not too far behind. Wells, one final lap, trying to hold off Gerard Smith. Able to keep him from passing. Going down into that turn number 1. Looks of it, he should be able to hold him off here. I don't think he's close enough, really. There's not a whole lot of passing opportunities back here anyway. A lot of folks pouring on the coal here, trying to get that last lap pass. Only a couple of more turns left for Ron Walters, coming down to the final hairpin. And coming around to the checkered flag, and it's going to be Ron Walters, winner here today at Motegi. And congratulations to Ron Walters. Nice run for him there. And probably a bit of a surprise. I'm sure he's happy to see that. Yeah, he ran a good race. He was consistent the whole time and stuff. Definitely a good run for him there for sure. Rest of the field to come around so we can get the final results here. Results won't post until the final car crosses the track. And while we're waiting on that, we'll be now we've already finished the ARCA series, so it'll be we'll be back here next Saturday for the Yaman Sports Car 200 with the Motor Gang Truck Series. Hit the like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell. And so for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.